So you guys been wanting me to change the theme song sound quality, but I'm gonna keep the same song. So here we go. This girl reviews movies, games, and books. Just how she plays them, and she does that. She does it with the cat. Does that make her crazy? Does that make her crazy? Probably. Hopefully that fixed the audio. Crazy Cat does not own any of these pictures or books or pictures. I use them under fair use for educational purposes, so the people who watch them learn a little bit something when they do it. Hopefully that fixed the audio. I only did all those years ago. No, I don't want to do this. I'm scared of this thing. Alright, hi everyone, Martha here. So I've finished watching through season 16 through most of season 20. I wanted to wait for them to get back together, but it seems like it's taking them way too long, so I might as well talk about it right now. Because I'd rather it be a happy ending, but I don't know how it could be a happy ending with what happened at the couple episodes. Like, the last episode I watched, I guess. So, you can say in One Piece it's an end of an era when Luffy loses his brother and his also one of the best captains out there. The one that you could say is basically the Captain Ahab of this show, since he is the captain of the Moby Dick. And here. And I like the fact that his ship's actually looks like it's white and it can go underwater, so I do like that. So let's start out with Luffy and the crew finding one of the fish people who took over Nami's village for a while, and she brings a mermaid with him, and they go to a carnival place where there's a bunch of bubbles, and it's like supposed to help them like get to the new world and help them like find out where the One Piece is, that kind of stuff. And while they're there, the mermaid gets captured and gets put up for auction against these mean millennial dragons that are basically just people who enslave people, and the mermaid is supposed to end up being one of their slaves, and also, I guess, a former member of Gold Roger's crew's there, and is also up for sale to be a slave, and he helps save her. Luffy ends up punching one of the dragons and gets in trouble for it, and we have that big bear guy who made one of Moria's people disappear last season, season 15 disappear, and that was kind of like a bit foreshadowing what happened to her. That would happen to the crew, you could say, because they all try to fight him, and there's also like 3 other versions of him, which is also foreshadowing what happens later on when they're trying to save Ace. So a lot of foreshadowing with this guy, apparently. Kushio, I think his name is. And all the crew gets separated because of this man. Luffy gets sent to an island where there's a bunch that's like supposed to be like the Amazons, and Medusa had a bunch of like basically that they're like mixed together. And I found it kind of, I don't know, at first I didn't really like it, but it's fine for what it was. And I do like how they like do bring other things from Greek mythology in here, because when they get to the prison, we have Luffy fight a guy who could basically come the Hydra in a way. But I don't like the fact that every time he comes one, he has like freaking diarrhea. It's like, what the heck? And he hurts Luffy so badly when he's trying to save Ace. He has to be saved by freaking a guy who's based off of Tim Curry's sweet transvestite character, and he or she, we're going to call this person, is this basically I've been trying to do a short on this person on YouTube for a while, but I guess nope. Disney, YouTube, and whoever owns the rights to that movie says no, or that song says no, you cannot use that in a short, even no matter how short you make it. Because this guy reminds you so much of that character. I just like, why can't I do this? This ain't cool, man. No, not cool at all. I thought it'd like be really funny if you guys I showed it to you guys playing that song. Well, it's part of it, but playing that scene where you guys meet him, and he's like some type of a doc, and the fact that he's also a doctor, because in the movie he is a doctor, a mad doctor, but yeah. So the fact that they make him in this show a doctor is pretty funny. So it's like keeping really true to the character here, and the fact that he is basically he's able to make people into girls, guys and girls, so it's pretty loyal to the character. So I think they did that part really well. And we also meet I guess a future character that joins Luffy's crew, another undersea creature who was friends with Ace and who was an ex-warlord. But yeah, because Ace asks him to take care of his brother, and I did see him a couple of the pictures of the crew with Luffy and the crew. So in the future, I'm guessing that he does join them. It's like to keep his promise to Luffy. They keep his promise to Ace. Jinbei, I think his name is, yeah. And we do have, like, we do see Moria and the big guy with the sword to hurt Zoro back in season 1. And we do have another one that's there that we never met before. Well, I guess we do learn about his origins later. I do find kind of what happens to the characters once they get separated from Luffy, because each of them have Zoro has to deal with that one ghost girl from that got disappeared. Sanji gets sent to a transvestite place. And you think he would at first he is miserable, but it totally makes sense where he would want to be with a bunch of sexy ladies. Instead he gets this, but he ends up joining himself because they help him like appreciate who he is even when he's wearing a dress. So okay, whatever. Then we have Usa, who's like with a bunch of giant bugs. Chopper is in a place where he has to worry about being eaten. Poor Chopper. Frankie's in a cold area where he's like where he is at first proper, and then then the little kid helps him get him back to normal. Brooke ends up getting worse, getting called the devil, and he has to try to save a lady from being kidnapped, and he gets his witches asking if their panties. Instead he ends up seeing the guys' panties as well. And let's see. Nami and Robin. Nami goes to a place where where a guy teaches her about weather, that kind of stuff. And Robin's at some prison where they're building a bridge, and she has to help free these poor prisoners. I think that's everybody. It's basically what they're doing. I'm just trying to explain what they were doing while this is all going on, and I'm kind of a little bit mad. I mean, I understand why they did not want too many characters there. But would we wish that they would have at least some of Luffy's crew with him, because for a while he is stuck with Buggy, Crocodile, Mr. 2, Mr. 3, and Mr. 1 for a while. People who he used to consider enemies, and now he's considered them friends. Now they still are. Well, some of them are still his enemies. I'm pretty sure he can still consider Bucky and Crocodile bad guys. But Mr. 2 and Mr. 3, he will always now consider these guys friends, because Mr. 2 has sacrificed himself now twice for him. Because he stays behind in the prison for Luffy so he can get away by pretending to be him. And he also ends up saving Luffy and helps him get taken to the Tim Curry character in here. And Mr. 3, to honor his friend, even because they think he's dead now. Again, twice we think this guy's dead. Mr. 3 ends up unlocking Ace's handcuffs, even though he ends up dying later. And the way Ace dies in this, it's pretty sad, but I can totally see it happening this way, since it's the lava major guy who ends up killing him. That makes sense. If anybody kill Ace, it makes sense, because fire is pretty strong, but it's nothing against lava. Because lava is really hard to get put out, and yet you can put out fire really easily, but lava takes a lot more to be put out. And he's still alive. He's not dead. Yeah, for I don't know, for 10 minutes you think that he's dead. Because Crocodile makes him fall into water, and that'd be one of the few things that would actually kill him, since he did eat the berry, and also the fact that he's freaking lava. Whitebeard ends up dying too, and the fact that everybody keeps on calling him Pops because they think of him as his father figure is pretty ridiculous, because it got kind of annoying after a while, but okay, I can totally understand. But the way he goes out against Blackbeard, and I still really wish they would actually make the characters who had the name Beard and the name actually have beards. But what are you gonna do? Because both Whitebeard and Blackbeard don't have beards. Because Blackbeard, he has more of a goatee. Whitebeard, he's more as a mustache. He doesn't have a beard. Do I have to show you guys how to freaking draw a mustache around here? How to draw a beard around here? Huh? Do I have to show you guys? But anyway, they're fine. It's really wish these guys know what a beard looks like. And you also got two other pirates in here that were real pirates. They showed Captain Kidd and red-haired Bonnie, even though she has pink hair in here. But I'm guessing that's who she's supposed to be based off of. Supposed to be based off of the female pirate that died in a cell when she was pregnant, or she disappeared from history. But I'm guessing that she just died in that cell, waiting to be executed. So yeah, and I know Captain Kidd. I think Captain Kidd retires on some island somewhere. I'm not sure. I'm trying to remember, because I did watch a bunch of pirate stuff, but I'm not really sure exactly what happened. But yeah, we'll see what happens next couple seasons. But I really hope Luffy gets back together with his friends. And I did find that one part funny when Chopper and Brook are just sitting there eating cotton candy. I couldn't find this picture. Too many want to find it, but it's not even colored. That part was really funny. Okay. So yeah. So they're supposed to be watching the mermaid. Instead, they fall asleep eating cotton candy. Well, oh yeah, and learning now that Ace is Roger's son, and that technically that him and Luffy are not biological brothers is yeah, Luffy, because that may look like that Luffy didn't really know, but he says, oh yeah, I know that, but it's all for all Luffy's fault, the times he's been but he doesn't really care. I just like that. Yeah. So they just raids together, so that's why he thinks himself as his brother. At least it was funny. So, see you guys later. Like 9 if you guys are not subscribed to me. Bye bye. It's the cost do anything.